every confident person you admire has made bad decisions that I think a lot of young women are taught how to be liked, right? But few of us are taught how to validate ourselves, right? We seek reassurance, we seek accommodation, you want to be involved. Self trust will only grow if you start listening to yourself. Most people who struggle with self trust is because they are afraid of making mistakes. And can I can I tell you something? Okay. One of the most hardest relationships I've ever had to rebuild was not with someone else, it was with myself, right? Somewhere along the way, I lost self trust. I started ignoring red flags. I abandoned myself to make people comfortable. You know, I ignored my intuition. I checked with other people before I made the right decisions because I did not trust my decisions, right? I was just out and all over, right? Then I realized something. It's not about lacking confidence, it's about self trust. And maybe you are struggling with this too. I think a lot of young women are taught how to be liked, right? You're taught to be understanding, to be accommodating, to be validating, but few of us are taught how to validate ourselves, right? We seek reassurance, we seek accommodation, you want to be involved, you want to be part of the group, you want to be liked, And at some point you start believing that everyone else's voices is important than yours. Now there is this season of my life where I constantly asked other people about their opinion over my decisions, right? I would ask if I should leave a job, if I should leave a relationship, pursue a dream, start a business. Everyone else's opinion mattered more than my own, right? Friends, strangers, family, strangers on the internet, right? And every time I ignored my instincts, I felt more disconnected from myself. So one thing I've learned about self-trust is that it's not something you magically wake up with. It's something you build, right? The same way you build it in relationships. I mean, through consistency. Like, think about this. If your friend constantly breaks promises to you, would you trust them? No, right? Yet we do that to ourselves. The only way to build the self trust is to be consistent with it. It's by keeping small promises but to ourselves, right? Now, how do you do it? You start small. You start by keeping one promise to yourself, and then another one, and then another one, like that until you get it. And another way to build self trust is to stop asking for permission, right? You don't need permission to be the woman that you need to be. You don't need permission to chase your dreams. You don't need everyone's understanding concerning your journey. Some decisions are about between you and God's guidance. You don't need to outsource other people's convictions as to your journey regarding what the things that you intend to do in your heart, right? Not everyone's opinions matters. Let me tell you, not everyone's opinions matters. Now, I need you to understand that you can still build self trust by learning from mistakes without making those mistakes your identity, right? Most people who struggle with self trust is because they are afraid of making mistakes, and everyone does. I mean, look at it. Every confident person you know has made bad decisions. Every confident person you admire has made bad decisions. They've taken wrong turns, they've made embarrassing mistakes. But what's the difference? The difference is that they learn, they adjust, and they keep it moving. So you should do that too. Without making it an issue, without making it an identity, and you keep moving forward, right? Now, and another thing is to learn how to trust your intuition, right? Now, have you ever had a feeling about someone and then later you realize that you are right? I know most of us have, but most of us get to ignore our inner knowing because you are afraid of fear or because of insecurity, and it comes at a cost, right? Self trust will only grow if you start listening to yourself. That's how you build your inner voice. That's how you build your inner, that muscle that you need for trust, right? Stop listening to your fear, stop listening to insecurity, but trust that inner knowing. Okay.